Thank you to you all that have just joined. Thank you to you all that have just joined right now. Turn it up so you guys can hear me. Okay. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just do a collective read right now. Just do a quick collective read. So I thank you all so much for joining me. So thank you so much, Spirit, for this message that is about to come through. Please speak through me. Please speak through me, Spirit. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, please speak through me. Archangel Metatron, Goddess Isis, please speak through me. Divine Holy Mother and Father, please speak through me. What message does your collective need to hear right now? Okay. Somebody wants to be very... It is so interesting how a lot of these kind of come out as love readings. I wasn't even intending. But there is someone that wants to be very upfront with you. They want to be very blunt. They want to tell you how they are feeling about you. They want to be very, very outspoken. And they're going to be more outspoken than they've ever been before. And they really will be very expressive of their emotions. But you have the letter with the heart inside. To me, it's saying love letter. Love letter. Now, whether this message that they are going to be giving you is going to be a handwritten letter that you will read, whether this is going to be a letter that you will see electronically, either via email, via text message, or even if this is just a actual conversation that you will be having with this person, either one-on-one or over the phone, there is going to be some type of message that is going to be a message of love. They're going to be expressing how they feel about you and how they feel to you. What else does a collective need to know? Okay, wow, okay. So pretty much this person has really been planning and organizing with this strategy card. This person has been planning and strategizing their motives on what they're going to do. They're planning and strategizing how they want to come towards you, when they want to come towards you, what they want to say. It's pretty much like they want to organize. Okay, I'm hearing getting their thoughts together. They want to get their thoughts together and lay out everything that they want to say, everything they want to say to you, because there's so much that they have to say to you. There is so much that needs to be said. There's so much that you need to know. There's so much clarity that is going to be brought to you. And in order for them to do this, they must strategize so that way they come towards you confidently. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. They don't want to come to you all jumbled up and mixed together. They don't want to come to you very half-assed. Is kind of what I just heard. They don't want to come towards you basically. Okay, thank you. That's a better word. They do not want to come towards you ill-prepared. They want to be prepared for when they come towards you. So that way when they speak to you and they express these things to you, that they are able to tell you everything that they want to say. They've been planning this. They've been organizing. They've been strategizing. It's as if they're writing down notes and everything. And okay, when I'm getting I got this image of a person like writing down something. It's like a blank sheet of paper and they're writing down something, and it's like they mess up and they rip the page out, they ball it up and they throw it in the trash, and they keep trying. It's like trial and error. And this also could be them like typing out a message and then deleting it. But I'm seeing that some of these people, it's like they're writing this out first because they want to do this before they even come to message you. They want to be prepared. They want to make sure that they tell you everything that they want to tell you, everything that you need to know. They don't want to hold anything back. And they want to make sure that they have everything laid out so that you know what's going on. And if this is why it's taking such a long time this is why it has been taking such a long time for this to come towards you, because they want to make sure that when they bring this message to you and when they tell you what they need to tell you, that they lay out everything, I'm hearing like air out all their dirty laundry. But you know, that's like an expression. It's like everything that they were dealing with in the beforehand, they want to be able to tell everything to you. Okay. All right. Also, this person is like eyes on the prize. You are the prize, and they have their eyes on you. I'm hearing channel song. Channel song. Can someone put this in there? Channel song. I only have eyes for you by the Flamingos. Okay? Channeled song. It's called I Only Have Eyes for You by the Flamingos. The Flamingos is a very old school, you know, they're from like either the 50s, between the 40s and the 60s, in between those decades. I'm not sure. I think it may be the 40s or the 50s. But yeah, the Flamingos is a very old school group, but it's such a beautiful song. It's talking about how they only have eyes for you, and that's what they love. So I highly recommend. Thank you so much, baby, for putting that in my comments. Thank you so much. So I recommend listening to that song. And the next card that came out was Karmic Contract. So the person that you are dealing with, was within a karmic contract. Okay, actually, both of you are in karmic contracts of your own sort, okay? And your karmic situations are different for each of your lives. Some people, you're dealing with karmics through your family. So some of like your family members are your karmics, are you know, within a karmic contract within your family. But some people are actually were within a relationship that was within a karmic contract. And these karmic contracts, they're lessons that need to be learned. And sometimes with karmic contracts, people are destined to have children together within that karmic contract, as they were supposed to bring a child into this world together. And that was the lesson that they had to learn. But what's happening here is this cycle is being completed within this karmic contract, within this karmic cycle. And the reason for this whole karmic cycle to learn those lessons is for you to completely break those generational curses. So of course there's a lot of karmic energy, there's a lot of negative energy, there's things that happen that you have to learn from. But in order to break out of that cycle, you have to go against the grain. In order to fully break out of that cycle, you have to do things that are non-traditional. Granted, everyone before you may have done things a certain way, and their mindsets may have been a certain way, which led to certain actions. And it's time for people to reprogram their mind, have new thoughts, new mindsets, new perspectives, new actions. And then that way you elevate yourself, because you see how it's kind of like a staircase and it's going up. There's karmic contracts are for about elevation. You're elevating yourself into a higher level. And in order for you to elevate yourself into a higher level, you have to learn so many lessons. This is why we are here on Earth, to learn these lessons. And Earth is a very difficult dimension to master because of how trying it is. You really have to push through. The only way out is through. Climbing those stairs, climbing to different levels is definitely going to be something that is not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit, for speaking through me. Thank you so much. What else? What else do you have? Thank you. So for those that are just joining, this is a collective read. These are not personals. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, then please go to my website on the link in my bio. You can go to book online and you can book a reading with me. So if you would like a personal reading with me. So yes, these are collective reads, people. Thank you. Thank you. What was I just saying about elevating and ascending? And then you got the ascension. So what's happening here is, okay. So what's happening here is I see that you've been in a type of hermit mode. It's kind of like you're in like you've put yourself into your turtle shell, and you've been working on yourself. You've been spending time in solitude. You've been spending time to yourself, spending time in silence. You're not really spending much time around people. You're not really spending much time hanging with anybody, talking to anybody. You're really just taking all of this energy to yourself, because you know that you are in a process where your life is elevating and you have to let go of these old versions of yourself. So you have to spend time in solitude, so that way you can gain the clarity, gain the wisdom within yourself, allow like spirit to come and speak to you and give you the wisdom and insight that you need. Because in order for you to ascend to the next level, you must learn lessons, you must gain the wisdom, and then that way you will then ascend to this new level. It's kind of like you got to pass a test. You know how like before you go to a new grade, you have to be able to take a bunch of tests, and if you pass those tests, then they know you learned all of your lessons in that grade, and now you can move on to the next grade. But what happens if you take those tests and you don't pass all of these tests, you fail them? Then at that point they say you're not ready to move on to the next grade, so we have to allow you to stay in this grade, and then you have to repeat that grade. Oh wow, I'm so sorry. I have my incense burning over here, and this smoke is just really moving through. It's like the sun is shining through my window, and it is making this incense smoke just come through here. It's beautiful. Wish I could show you. Anyway, so what's happening here is as you are ascending, you're going through a type of ego death. You are releasing the old version of yourself. You see, we go through ego deaths throughout different phases of our life. So right now, you're currently going through another ego death where the version of yourself that you used to be last year, you're letting go of that old version. And there was a version of yourself that, you know, there's kind of sometimes when we're elevating and we're going to this new level, there's still residue of our old self that's still kind of present because it hasn't fully let go yet. So you're really just shedding off those layers, letting go of, you know, past hurts, past traumas, all of the pain. You're letting go of the limited mindsets, old perspectives. You're letting go of all of that stuff that is no longer serving you, and you're ascending to a new level, raising your consciousness, raising your vibration, and going to a new level. And at this point, your frequency is increasing. As you raise your vibration, your frequency increases. And when your frequency increases, you are more magnetic, and you are more magnetic to what is for you. So in order for you to attract what you want, you must first become the vibration. You must first become the vibration. And let me tell you something about manifestation, because so many people are, write it down, write it down. Yes, do that. But the most important part, baby, is becoming it. It's like everything is energy. When you become the energy, knowing that it's yours, knowing you deserve it, you become the energy of love and acceptance and surrender. When you become that energy, everything attracts to you. See, a lot of times what people happen is they want to try to think they can just like cheat their way through manifestations and then just write stuff down. No, baby, you can write it down all you want to, but if you're not in the energy, it's not gonna come. I'm sorry. You have to become it in order to obtain it, because it'll just attract itself to you like moths to a flame. The same way that who am I speaking to? The same way that you are that you have been attracting negative experiences to you, traumatic experiences to you, narcissistic people, energy vampires. It's because the frequency that you are on is attracting those types of connections to you, because there's a version of you that is willing and accepting to that type of behavior. It's like when you don't have stronger boundaries within yourself, you're at a lower frequency, so you attract people at lower frequency. When you set better boundaries for yourself and you know you're deserving and you know that you are loved, you are light, and you are enough, you start attracting that same thing to you. You start attracting more people. You see, when you have moments when you are insecure, you attract other insecure people to you. When you are in a moment where you are like distracting yourself and you're not trying to face your feelings, you're not trying to face what you're dealing with, you're trying to just distract yourself, you're going to attract other people that also will be distracting themselves, and then they're going to start distracting you. You attract distractions when you're distracting yourself. You attract distractions when you are distracting yourself, okay? The minute you stop distracting yourself and you start fully engrossing yourself, oh, thank you, Spirit. You start fully engrossing yourself into what is meant for you, what you are supposed to do, what you are put here on this earth to do. You stop attracting that. In order for you to get everything that you want, you have to start to be the energy that you want to receive. Be the change that you want to see in the world. That's Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change that you want to see in your life. You've also been healing your traumas. As you've been in this hermit mode, you've been healing a lot of those traumas, a lot of those pain. And you can just think back to where you were just last year and how you still were dealing with so much pain. We went through so much in 2021. We really did. But we survived and we conquered and we made it through. And here we are. So now we are in this new year. It's okay if, maybe that first month of January was still kind of rocky, still a little bit shaky, because it was kind of like you finally made it through, and it's basically you felt like you had to just catch your breath. You were tired. You were very tired. That's why it seemed as if you kind of were moving a little bit slower, because you were really just trying to get yourself to kind of get back grounded after everything that had happened. It's like when you finally looked back and you realized, whoa, thank you, Lord, that I made it to the new year. Thank you, Lord, that I am seeing January 1st, 2022. And you're in that new month, that fresh, clean slate. You kind of looking back and you thinking, man, baby, like that was rough. Spiritual soul will say, now that's tough. It was tough. And you had to take a moment to just kind of settle, to kind of just really settle within your energy is what I mean. So really just allow everything that had happened to kind of like come to terms with everything. That's why you've been in this hermit mode. You've been trying to come to terms with everything that you've been dealing with. Let's see what else. Okay, that came right out. The Sun card. See? Beautiful. What's happening here is now that you have ascended and you have been in this hermit mode and you've been going through this ego death, you have been healing your traumas. Now you are more secure than ever. You still have moments where you're going to feel even more secure, but where you are now is the most secure you have been. Where you are now is the most happiest that you have been. Where you are now, you are feeling much happier. You're feeling much more secure. You're feeling much more, confident within yourself, because it's like this. Even if things externally have not changed for you, the true change has been internal, because you were holding on to so much pain. You were holding on to so much trauma from everything that had happened, that before anything else outside of you could change, you had to first change this in here. You had to first heal that pain. And once you started to really heal that pain, and you healed this pain by allowing yourself to feel it, you finally have ushered up the courage to really do that shadow work, to really feel those feelings that you've been suppressing, to really feel those feelings that you've been avoiding. You finally started to feel those feelings, and now, boom, here you go. You're feeling happier now because you've released that energy. You release the energy from you, so it's not weighing you down. You feel energetically lighter. Your heart doesn't feel as heavy. You don't feel like there's a bunch of weight on your shoulders. When you're happy and you're feeling good, it's not interrupted by negative thoughts. You're happier more long term now. Like you have days, like you used to have days, baby, where you could barely get out of bed. Now you spring out of bed. You used to have moments where you would kind of go throughout your day and you would struggle to fight to get through that day. You were fighting your mind, and it was so many days, baby, where you didn't even think you were going to make it. It was I don't know who I'm talking to, but it was days, baby, that you was even contemplating taking yourself out, baby. It was some days in those moments when you didn't even feel like you were going to make it to the new year, but baby, you are here. And the fact that you are here, that shows that God has always been on your side, that God has had his hand over you this whole entire time. He has never left you nor forsaken you. And even though we go through these spiritual attacks, baby, even though the enemy will try you and test, will try you and tempt you, God is always there making sure you're not going to touch my child. It's like with Job, God said, you can touch him, but you cannot kill him. That's the thing. God is not going to let the enemy take you out. God's not going to let the enemy take you out. So you know what the enemy is going to do? Who am I talking to? Devil, you're going to get the fuck up out of here. What the enemy wants to do is the enemy will try to get inside your head to make you take yourself out, because the enemy can't take you out. So when you have those thoughts of taking yourself out, those are not your thoughts, and those are definitely not the thoughts of your creator. Those are the thoughts of the enemy, because if the enemy can get you to take yourself out, he's like, look, I didn't have to do it. They did it themselves. Go. Enemy, get up out of here. Resist. Get behind me, Satan. Go back to the pits of hell where you belong, and take all your fallen angels with you. Because listen, we are here, and listen, it is written. How do you talk to the devil? You don't talk to him. How do you talk to the devil? You ignore them. You ignore them. When they try to fill those thoughts with all of it, you know what? You're not enough. I am enough. You affirm yourself. You affirm yourself. Because I'm telling you, the enemy is going to the enemy knows his time is up. So the enemy is doing whatever they can to try to take people out so that the enemy can go out with a bang. But you know what? We're not going to let this enemy go out with no bang. What we are going to do is we are going to stay faithful. We are going to stay the course. We are going to stay on this path. We're going to continue to go because the only way out is through. And we're going to remember the promises that God made to us. Amen. We are going to remember that God has told us everything that we want and desire will come to pass. We're going to stay faithful. The enemy wants to take your hope. Let me tell you, in the Bible, they say the hope deferred makes the heart sick. Don't give up your hope. If anybody's trying to tell you to give up hope for something, that's the enemy. You can surrender fully and let go of something, and letting go of something and surrendering is just putting it in God's hands, but you still hold on to that hope that it's going to come. Do not let go of that hope, baby. Do not let go of that hope. It's going to make your heart sick. Don't let go of that hope. Okay. It's a lot. That's a lot. I'm not even gonna. Y'all know. Okay. Next, you're entering your next phase. You're entering into this next level of your life, the next elevation of your life. You're entering into a brand new chapter. It's the next page. It's the next chapter. It's the next book, maybe, for you. Some of you, maybe, listen, your life is a book with many volumes. Maybe you've completed that book, and maybe it's now time for a new book. And you know what? What's happening is you've been tying up loose ends. Anything from your past that was causing you pain, that was causing you trauma, that was causing you stress. You're finally tying up those loose ends. You're no longer allowing it to be in your life. You're no longer allowing this energy to be present in your present. You're only allowing things that are going to serve your highest good. And you have to let go of some things. You have to let go of some people. You have to let go of some situations. You have to let go of some substances. You have to let go of some things. Because listen, when you are obedient and when you sacrifice, God gives you your blessings. Obedience is greater than the sacrifice. You must be obedient first, sacrifice second. Because in your obedience, you sacrifice. Obedience is first. In order to get to the next level, you have to do things differently. You have to let go of what did not serve you. Okay, who am I talking to? There are some of you where you spent so much time with distracting yourself in any type of way, whether this was scrolling through social media all the time, watching Netflix, watching TV, not really focusing on what you're supposed to do. You're basically leaving those stuff behind. You may have had moments where you struggle with addiction, with substance abuse, whether this was the weed, whether this was the alcohol, whether this was whatever the case was. You were using these as ways of distractions. You were using these as coping mechanisms. Those things, those vices, they helped you in the past. They helped you when you were in survival mode, but you're coming out of survival mode. Now you're in thriving mode, and you don't need that in survival mode. You don't need that. And I get that the flesh may still want it because the flesh is weak. Flesh stand down, soul stand up, because your soul is stronger than your flesh. Your soul is so much stronger than your flesh. So when your flesh is weak and it's and you're trying to fast, you're fasting from this weed, you're fasting from all of this kind of stuff, you're fasting, and all of a sudden it's like, go ahead and do it. Come on, you want to. No, we are fasting. We are better than that. We are stronger than that. You're stronger than that. You don't need them. You don't need them. You don't need to use all that all the time. We don't want to be codependent on stuff like that. You've been doing a lot of inner child healing within yourself as well. A lot of inner child healing. You've been nurturing your inner child. You've been healing that inner child. You've been a mother to yourself. You've been a father to yourself. You've really been you've been giving yourself the space to feel your emotions. You're giving yourself the space, the comfort, and the nurture that you so long yearn for. I don't know how I was going to say that. You've been yearning. You've been yearning for someone to make you feel safe, to make you feel comforted, to make you feel nurtured, to give you the space to feel your emotions and know that you are not going to be ridiculed for crying, to know that you are not going to be put to shame for how you feel, to know that you've basically given yourself that space to feel, to be open and to be vulnerable. You've given that to yourself. And with you giving this to yourself, you've been healing your inner child. You've been being the person that your inner child has needed this whole entire time. You are being a mother to your own inner child. Because your inner child is a person that just wonders and wanders and just has such a beautiful view of this world, and you're finally getting back and reconnecting to that version of yourself. I'm having water energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There's some of you in here that are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but you have this in your chart. But aside from this being water signs, what's been happening is you've been getting more in tune with your emotions. You're realizing that your emotions are very, very deep. Your wounds were very, very deep. Those wounds that you had to heal were so deep, and you went into the depths of your soul. Oh, thank you, Spirit. You went into the depths of your soul in order to feel all of these emotions that had been just down here, and those emotions kept trying to come up to the surface, but you kept trying to suppress them. Finally, you gave yourself the courage to dive deep within those emotions and just feel it. I'm telling you, some of you had some great inner child healing, because there were some things. And when we think of inner child, don't think of you just being a little bitty girl. I'm talking about like 17 on down. Like, that's still, you were still a child at this time, right? So I'm saying like adolescence, early childhood, all of that is your inner child. So there were some moments, especially those adolescence years, especially those teenage years, because those were like probably crucial for a lot of you. I guarantee you. There were so many things that happened to you throughout that time. So much deep wounds that you had suppressed for so long. You finally gave yourself the permission to feel them. You finally had the courage to face them, to just go ahead and feel, because you know, as long as I feel these emotions, I would release them. Because if you don't release them, it's going to come back. See, the thing is, the reason as to why people are afraid of healing is because they're afraid of having to face those feelings again. They're afraid to have to relive those moments, because the soul never forgets what it felt. And the soul wants to heal that, but the flesh is too weak to feel it, that the flesh will do anything they can to distract it. But the soul knows, flesh stand down, soul stand up. I'm with you. I'm here. It's okay. We are safe. I am safe. You are safe. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be vulnerable. You have to do what you have to do. Because once you feel this pain, once you feel this emotion, once you feel all of that, it's going to be gone. The only way to heal, you have to feel and deal in order to heal. If you don't allow yourself to feel it, you can't heal it. That's why they say healing is not for the weak, because you have to have the strength to do it. You have to pretty much come in agreement. Your soul and your flesh have to come in agreement with feeling that emotion. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that 3 times. Your soul and your flesh have to come in agreement to feel those emotions. Your soul and your flesh got to come in agreement to feel those emotions. But when your soul wants to feel it and your flesh doesn't, sometimes when the flesh is weak, it distracts itself. And then the soul is sitting here with all of this pain while your flesh is running around operating. Because a lot of people are living within the flesh and not within the soul. When you live within the soul, you allow yourself to feel those emotions. You say, flesh, it's okay, we got this. But when you're living too much in the flesh, your soul is telling you, let's feel this. But your flesh is like, no, we're not going to feel this. We're going to distract ourselves. Live in the soul, not in the flesh. Growth. Next card came out was growth. So growth happens where you've been, it's like, okay, I love that. Thank you, Spirit. So the tree of life, we are the human version of trees. Okay. We have our roots and we have all this, it sprouts out. And the same way that trees change throughout the seasons. Right now it's winter. Right now it is winter in this very moment. Today right now it is Saturday, February 5th, 2022, and it is winter in the northern hemisphere. It's winter. So all of those trees have no leaves on them. All of the trees are bare. All of the trees are naked. So when that tree is naked, it shed all of its layers. Now, when the spring comes and like those new seeds start to bud, it starts to harvest and everything starts coming out, and then you start to bloom and blossom in the spring, that it's like the tree is still the tree, but it looks different now. It has a new look to it. It's blooming and it's blossoming. Same with you. In these winter months, you have shed those layers. You have shed those versions of yourself. And now that you've shed those layers, now you're planting seeds within yourself. You're planting those seeds on how you want to sprout and how you want to grow. And these seeds that you are planting, baby, you need to have more, like, you need sunlight, you need water, and you need heat in order for those to grow. A lot of plants don't grow in the winter because it's too cold, but they do grow in the spring. So what am I saying? I'm saying to be patient with yourself. Thank you, Spirit. I'm saying for you to be patient. You got to be patient. When we look at those trees outside and we see that they're naked and bare, are we getting angry at the trees because there's no leaves on it? Or do we understand that it's winter and that those leaves will come? Just because it's naked now doesn't mean it's going to be naked forever, because you know that by the spring and summer, those trees are going to bloom and be so beautiful. By the time the autumn hits, it's going to be so many colorful leaves all over. You already know the leaves are coming. You know the flowers are coming. Have faith and know that it's coming. And just in your due season, in the meantime, in the waiting period, God is giving you peace. Spirit is giving you peace. There is peace. That's why, oh, thank you. Peace is right here on this. It says healed, peace, lessons learned. Even though those manifestations, those promises that you want have not come yet, God is giving you peace in the waiting period. Because when God does not give you what you want just yet, God's going to give you the peace until it gets here. And the lessons for you to learn is to be patient and to focus on the present moment and know that it's going to come. It's going to come in due season, God's timing. And let me tell you something. We cannot predict God's timing because God does not operate on that timing. God does not operate on earthly time. I see so many people going over here, and it's not to downplay anybody. Like, there are people that are out here that are spiritually gifted, and they are really, their messages resonate so well, but they cannot predict earthly time. You have people saying, oh, by Christmas, by Thanksgiving, by Valentine's Day. That's what the flesh wants to hear. And at that point, if we know when something's going to come and we anticipate it so much, it's going to ruin the surprise. God is the element of surprise. God loves to surprise us, because when you are surprised by something and if something happens unexpectedly, when you least expect it, the blessing is greater. The blessing is greater. Like, imagine if if you've ever had a surprise party, or if you've ever been to a surprise party for somebody else, and you see their reaction when everyone yells surprise, you see how happy they are. Sometimes people cry tears of joy because they weren't expecting it, and they're filled with so much overwhelming of joy and happiness and love. Like, I feel so loved. I feel so amazing. It's because they didn't even know that it was coming. But imagine if those people knew that their party was happening. They probably would have been trying to anticipate it. They may have been stressing themselves out, wanting to, let me get myself together. Let me do all it. And some people stress themselves out, so it takes away from the blessing that's trying to come. That's why God wants to surprise us. That's why God wants to surprise us. Don't focus on the time. Don't focus on the timing. Because if you focus so much on the timing and you place it on a high pedestal, if it does not happen because it's not your due season, you're going to feel disappointed. Don't feel I can't tell you not to feel disappointed, but to avoid that disappointment, don't focus on earthly time. Just focus on being and doing what God has called you to do, and being in the energy, and just allow it to come to you. Because when it comes to you in due season, it's going to be far grand. It's going to be so much greater. Okay, Spirit, that was a lot. I'm going to put you back. Let's see what's next. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit, for these messages that are coming through. Thank you so much. I'll take that one. Oh, okay. So I see that you're... Okay, what are you saying with this card? What do you say? Okay, so I'm hearing focus on the good memories, not on the bad memories. See, a lot of you have moments where you think about the memories of your past are like replaying. It's like old scenarios are replaying in your head. And these memories that you have are memories of negative situations, of painful, traumatic situations. And it keeps coming up in your head so that it can affect the mood in your present. Do not allow the negative memories of your past to affect your present moment. Whenever you get a negative thought about something and all of a sudden you start to feel yourself like becoming that emotion and going back into that emotion, you got to snap out of it and come back into the present moment. Come back into the present moment. Sometimes what you may have to do is, if you can, because sometimes what you'll do is you'll find yourself zoning out. Like you could just be sitting here and all of a sudden, like, let's say for example, you're just sitting here. Okay. Like, let's say for example, you're just sitting here kind of like looking at something and all of a sudden you start to zone out. Your eyes divert, and all of a sudden your emotion is changing, your energy is changing. In order for you to change that, you got to sometimes snap out of it. Sometimes you got to just, you may have to, okay, blink 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You may have to, come on, jump, do something, move your body, do something. Maybe do something like, what they said on that Netflix thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, you may have to do something to bring yourself back into the present moment. Do anything that you can to bring yourself back into the present moment, because what the enemy is doing is the enemy is trying to remind you of the pain of your past so it can affect your present. But remember, the past has no power over your present. Stop living in it. The past has no power over your present. Stop living in it. Stop living in the past, baby, because it's affecting your present. Because what the enemy wants to do is the enemy wants to take away your peace. How could the enemy take away your peace? By taking it away in the present moment. So you ever notice how they say you don't find that suspicious? You ever notice how when you're sitting here in a good mood, like you could be sitting here thinking of something very fun and very, like you could think of, you have your moments, baby, when you just sitting there chilling by yourself. You're just chilling by yourself and all of a sudden you think of something that was funny. And you just start cracking up to yourself, just laughing, like you really in this good energy. And all of a sudden a negative thought comes in and it's kind of like your laugh goes to The enemy just took your energy, baby. The enemy just took your peace, just took your joy. Don't do that. Don't let him. Don't let him have it. Don't let him have it, baby. Don't. But listen, I understand that it's easier said than done because it's a training. It's a thing that it's a practice. You got to do this every day. You have to do this you have to keep trying. You have to keep working at it. But the more that you bring yourself back into the present moment, the more you train yourself to know how to do it, the more you get control over your own mind and your own emotions. Because if you don't have control over your mind, the enemy is going to try to control it for you. That's where the enemy wants to start and get inside your brain. I'm going to read your comments. Oh, the music in the background? That's called, it's on YouTube. It's called Gregorian Chants. Gregorian, Gregroian. Gregorian Chants. It's beautiful. I love this one. I kind of came across it like a couple weeks ago. Hello from Norway. Oh, hello. All the way from Norway. Hello. Is there a list for a reading? So what this is my live readings are collective readings. And if they resonate, they resonate. And if you would like to book a reading with me, go on over to my profile and the link in my bio, www.terriannbelle.com. That's my website. That's where my bookings are. There's a tab that says book online, and that's where you can book your readings. Okay? Alrighty. So the next thing that was coming here is musical expression. So I think what's also going to bring some healing to you is by listening to music that speaks to your soul. Start listening to some of your favorite songs. Songs that are, not the songs that are going to kind of make you sad, But the songs that are going to make you happy, the music that makes you happy, whatever makes you happy, listen to that. And I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but sometimes in the past, like you may have like your own unique, eccentric taste in music. And because people around you, like family members, they may not have the same taste in music. If they ever heard your music, they may say something to like, this is what you listen to? Why are you listening to that? What kind of music is this? But it makes you happy. It makes you feel good. And when they kind of like downplayed your music and kind of made you feel small because of what type of music you listen to, now it kind of made you feel a little bit insecure to play certain music around those people. And at this point, now you're changing. So now at this point, when you came around these people, sometimes you may have listened to music that they wanted to hear or that you thought they would approve of because you don't want to face their ridicule. At this point, say F it and F them. F what they think. F what they say. Music is what's supposed to make you happy. Music is supposed to speak to your soul. Music is colorful. It does not matter what people think. You sit there. Okay, son. Okay. Okay. It does not matter what people think about your music. Listen to whatever music makes you happy. If you like country, but the rest of your family don't like country, listen to your country, baby. Listen. I love my music. I love my Disney music. I love my musicals. I listen to The Wiz, Hairspray, Grease, whatever the case is, Willy Wonka. I don't care. I love those music because it speaks to my soul, and I will play that as loud as I want to. It does not matter what people think. Start listening to music that makes you happy. And if anybody wants to try to make fun of you, that's their issue, not yours. Because good people don't try to make fun of other people for the music that they listen to. Good people are accepting. And if someone wants to judge you, that's on them. That's on them. Because you're not a person that judge. Somebody said Stevie Wonder. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. Like Stevie Wonder, I have so many songs. It's like my favorite. I will just a few to name. Lately, Ribbon in the Sky, Do I Do, Sir Duke, Isn't She Lovely? What's another one that I really like? Overjoyed is another one. Someday at Christmas, I love hearing that. What's another one that I really love by him? I think that's it. I think that's like the most I can. Definitely Lately and Ribbon in the Sky and Overjoyed are like my top three. I love that man so much. I love him so much. And it's like 2022. Don't you dare touch Stevie. Don't touch him. One of the last lessons we got left. Y'all already took Betty White. So listen, what's going on right now is this, whatever phase that you are in currently is just a phase, and this phase will pass. The same way that the seasons change and winter turns to spring, your life will change. Your life will change. This right now is just a season. I put a message out there on my YouTube channel where I said, spring forward. Spring forward. Spring forward. Meaning in the springtime is when you will really move forward and God will catapult you forward some type of way. The spring is when things are spring forward, like around the springtime is where things will start to change. I'm not specific on if it's going to happen because the spring starts in March. Spring is from March through May, right? Because or kind of into June, you know what I'm saying? But pretty much like the end of March through mid-June is the springtime. Throughout that time is when things will start changing. Is when you'll start to see your life just elevating to a new level. You'll really start to see new things coming into your life by the springtime because God wants you to spring forward. At this point, it's wintertime, so a lot of us are kind of in the house more because it's too cold to go out there. But in the springtime, start doing things differently. Maybe start going out. Maybe you need to start going out of the house more. And so when the springtime hits and the weather breaks and it's warmer outside, start going out more. Start doing certain things. I get that we have these whole restrictions and you may have to have that thing and that card thing in order for you to go to certain places. Well, listen, if you don't believe in that thing and you don't have that card to clarify that thing, then go to different places that don't require that card for that thing. Because I ain't finna say it. We can't even say it at this point. So yeah, springtime. So maybe take this winter season to just develop your inner self, to work more on your healing, work more on that shadow work more on grounding yourself. So that way when the spring hits, you are well equipped to go after these new things in your life. Like that thing. Because I swear, if I say it, they probably going, community guidelines, Terriann Belle, we're taking you off. And I'm like, okay, you know what, TikTok, fine. So anyway, Grease is the word. I love Grease. Oh, Ass, thank you. That's the one I missed. Thank you, y'all. That's the one I missed. Ass. I love that song too. I love that song too. I love that one. I love that one. I'm so sorry, Stevie. How did I forget Ass? I used to play that song so much. Wait. Yes. Another thing, we was talking about music. Gospel music helps you too. I'm telling you. Like, especially, you know, God really calls us to, in the waiting period, God calls us to go into worship. Calls us to go into worship. So basically, it's like when you already know that God has made his promise to you, when you already know that God is pretty much calling you to new phases of your life. At that point, it's like, hold on. So when you know that God is bringing new things into your life, the way that you can thank him in advance is by worshiping him. By just praising and worshiping, listening to his music, praise him, worship him. Because at that point, you're getting yourself in that good energy. So now it's like, okay, boom, it's coming now. It's coming out. You getting into good energy. At that point, the praise and worship helps to solidify yourself in that energy, helps to ground you in that energy. That's why the worship is so important. Gotta worship. Praise and worship. Praise and worship. Gospel music. I feel every day we should hear one gospel song. If we can do, at that point, it's like if God woke us up this morning, we could designate one song, one gospel song to praise God to. Whichever gospel song you love. Like, for a few of them that I have is, I love Total Praise by Richard Smallwood. The Presence of the, like, anything from like Kirk Franklin or Byron Cage. I love listening to those. Or like Tremaine Hawkins is a good one. I'm naming artists. What's another one? That song, like Grateful. Grateful, grateful, grateful. That song, yeah. I don't know the artist, but I just know the song Grateful. But yeah, designate time. If God wakes us up every single day and we can't sit up here and listen to one gospel song, just one. Just one. And if you listen to just one, I guarantee you're going to want to listen to more. There we go. Whatever, the presence of the Lord is here. I love that one too. Okay. Ezekiel Walker. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Fire, sun, energy. Okay, here we go. Some of y'all need to just kind of take a little break, and we're going to take a little break. And we'll be back in a while. So, don't nobody go nowhere. No, I'm playing. Y'all know where I got that from? Back to the Future. Anyway, so listen. Some of y'all need to have a little fun. Have a little fun. Because there has to be a balance between work and play. Ooh, I love that. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy from The Shining, one of my favorite movies. But listen, that's what it's so true. If all we do is work and all we do is focus and being so serious and we don't allow ourselves time to play, we're going to drain ourselves. We're going to dry ourselves out. Because why? The inner child loves to play. The adult version of us loves to work, but the inner child loves to play. That's why there has to be that balance with this whole inner child healing. We have to make sure that we are playing while we are also, there's a balance between work and play. Okay, so even though we have our moments where we're just working and doing what we're supposed to do, living our purpose, we got to make sure that we take time to have fun and to play. Whatever it is that you like to do, do it. I'm telling you, that's your inner child healing. So take some time to have fun, to relax, to, designate a day off to just have some fun with yourself. Have fun with your family, or with your siblings, or with your children, or maybe with your parents, or maybe with your friends. Do something fun that's gonna make you have fun. Or maybe if you don't want to do it with anybody else, then do something with yourself. Like, when's the last time you actually took yourself out to do something fun? something that you wanted to do. Start doing that. And I guarantee you, when you start doing more fun things by yourself, with yourself, for yourself, you're going to start meeting like-minded people. You want to meet your soul tribe? Start doing things that your soul wants to do. Like, listen, don't wait around for everybody else to come in here and do things with you. Start doing these things yourself. If you want to start going to museums and everything, like, for example, if you want to start going to like museums and your friends may not want to go, your family may not want to go by yourself. You're probably going to meet some friends there. You might like run into some people and y'all may start having conversations and you meet somebody and boom, you done made a new connection. You got a new acquaintance, and hopefully these new acquaintances can turn into friends. Okay. So start doing more things that bring you enjoyment and you fulfillment and allow you to have fun. You don't need other people to have fun. You can have fun all by yourself if you're doing something that you love to do. Am I right? Yeah, someone said I haven't taken myself out in so long. I get it. I mean, same. We got to change that. We got to do some stuff. Like, listen, I'm from Chicago, right? So Chicago has so many museums in the downtown area. Or it's like right before you get to downtown. And what's happening here is I was looking into certain things where like museums have free days. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking into all those museums that I wanted to go. And I'm like, which days are those free days? Because, save money, right? So at that point, I'm like, okay, designate that and then plan a day to go to the museum on a free day. And then go there and have some fun. Do something fun. You know what I'm saying? I keep bringing the museum up because that's kind of something that I want to do. But seriously, I mean, if it's something that maybe like if you may want to go see a movie, or you may want to go to the mall or something like that, or do something fun that you want to do. You want to go bowling, you want to go skating, you want to go ice skating, it's still winter. Do something fun. You want to go to like one of those things, like those jumpy bouncy houses and stuff with all the trampolines. Please, adults have just as much fun as kids do. Okay, last January we took my niece there for her birthday. She was making 7. And I tell you, all of these adults was having so much fun jumping around. And it was like we was being like little children again. We was playing go-karts and stuff. Like I remember I had ended up winning in a go-kart race. I was having so much fun. But I'm telling you, do things that make you fun. Go to an arcade. Sometimes it be more adults at the arcade than children. Because like we just big kids sometimes. So yeah, do things that are fun. Whatever it is that gave you fun as a child, start doing those things again, because your inner child misses that. Madison took a turn. Somebody is getting ready to offer you an apology. They want redemption. Redemption is like forgiveness. They want forgiveness for what they have put you through. They want forgiveness from you. Okay? And yes, they want you to forgive the past for what they have done to you in the past and the things that they have put you through. They really want forgiveness. And this person is really desiring a connection with you. So this person right here, they've been praying. They've been praying to God, because whatever it is that they've been going through, they've been reaching realizations that the stuff that they have done and what they have done to you in the past has hurt you. Because when you go out, when you hurt somebody else, listen, an accident hurts worse than an aim. Sometimes when we aim to hurt somebody, it hurts. Sometimes we can do something and accidentally hurt somebody without even realizing that we're hurting them. And when this happens, you won't even understand how painful that was until it comes back and it happens to you. So this person felt the same exact pain that they put you through. And it took time to come full circle, because, God has its own timing. So in the earthly time, it may look like 2, maybe 3 years. But in God's time, it was different. It was orchestrated the way it was supposed to be. This person, everything came full circle in this person's life. And they felt the same exact pain that they put you through. And the only thing that they could do at this point was to pray and ask God for forgiveness. They had to pray and ask God for forgiveness, because they like, God, you know what? I see why I'm getting my karma. I see why this is happening. I see why this is going on in my life, because of what I have put this person through. I didn't felt the same thing. Because they think about you. Because this is what happens when a person gets their karma and they thinking, why am I going through this? God is going to whisper in their ear and go say, this is the same thing that you did to them. And at that point, it's kind of like they feel remorse. They feel guilt, and they feel genuinely bad for what they put you through, because now they're feeling that pain. A person cannot understand the pain that they put you through until they feel it themselves. You've been waiting on an apology from somebody. The reason as to why they ain't gave you the apology up until thus far is the reason as to why they didn't give you the apology in the past is because they didn't know truly how it made you feel. They didn't know what it felt like. They weren't able to empathize you at the time. So God has to teach them the hard way. And now this person is kind of just all alone. They kind of all alone. It's at this point. All alone with their feelings. All alone with their emotions. So now at this point, what they got to do is they got to ask God for forgiveness. And they know that they got to come to God first so they can know, God, how do I go about this? They have to go to God before they can come to you. But this person is going to be offering you an apology. They're going to be apologizing for everything that we talked about. And this was the first thing that, in the very first message, it was this love letter, right? An expression of love. And this person was planning and organizing how they were going to tell this to you, because they realized, because pretty much they have to think about, they want to genuinely apologize to you, but they want to make sure that they do it right. They don't want to come up in here and gaslight you. They don't want to come up in here and try to make you feel bad for what happened, because they already know that they were in the wrong. So they want to come in here and right their wrongs. They want to take accountability for what they have done. And sometimes taking that accountability is tough to do. But be patient with them. Be patient with them. Love is patient. Love is kind. It keeps no, what is it saying? Thank you. It keeps no record of wrongs. So when they come in here and they genuinely apologize to you, accept their apology. Accept their apology. Don't throw things back in their face and be, well, you just did. Don't do all that, baby. Don't act in the flesh. When they come and apologize to you, I want you to completely drop the ego, step out of the ego and step into the soul. Be your higher self that's listening to this person talk to you, not your lower self, not your fleshly self, but your higher self. If you step into the version of your higher self and overstand and listen to what they have to say, to be all ears, listen to them. At this point, what's going to happen? Hold on. So when you step into your higher self and you listen to them, to what they have to say, that's pretty much going to set the tone and the energy of this, of how things are going to move forward with you guys. Okay? If you want things to move forward in a positive way, your energy has to be pure and genuine. Listen, I understand that your flesh probably wants to let this person have it because of what they put you through. I understand that. But you have to flesh stand down, soul stand up. Forgive them for their trespasses as you forgive those that trespass against you. You're in a very independent energy right now, and you're more so relying on yourself. You're not in that codependent energy anymore. You're not in that energy of chasing things. You're not in that energy of trying to force things to come to you. No, you're in a place of surrender. You're in a place of being independent. You're in the energy of not being relying on other people for validation when you're validating yourself. You're no longer looking outside of yourself. You're looking within yourself. And this energy that you are in, this independent energy, just in your essence, is a beautiful energy to be in. And it's taken you so long to get to this point, baby. And I am so proud of you. You should be very proud of yourself for how you pulled yourself out of that dark place. You brought yourself out of the light. You brought yourself out of the darkness and into the light. Because why? You realize that you are the light. Because you realize that you are the light. So someone right now here is feeling very triggered when they're watching you. It's as if what's happening is like this person is, it's like a person is looking at their phone and they're watching you. They're like kind of like looking into your social media, seeing what you're doing, seeing what's going on in your life. And they're seeing you very comfortable, very happy, very content with your life. Like you're doing very well. And they're seeing how you're doing so well without them. And they're just kind of like, wow, like, how did this happen? And it kind of triggers them in a way, because it's like they know that if they were in your shoes, they probably wouldn't have been able to be happy. Why? Because you are because you happy on your own. You're independent. You don't rely on other people to make you happy. These people watching you, they need other people around them to feel secure. They need other people around them to feel validated. But all of this energy that you got, baby, all this happiness and all of this confidence that you have, you just sitting there pretty by yourself. You don't need nobody around you. And it's kind of like they kind of get a little triggered and a little bit jealous, because they're kind of like, if I cannot do that, how can they do that? How can they be so happy and so just comfortable and confident without nobody around them? Because it makes them feel inadequate about themselves, because they know that they need other people around them to feel validated. They know that they need other people to feel good. They need to have company all the time. There are some people that just do not like to be alone. There are some people that would rather settle in toxicity than be alone. And I'm sorry, but that's kind of sad and it's kind of pathetic. But you know what? They will be okay. People will eventually learn their lessons, because when God is telling you to walk away from something and to leave some things alone, God is going to continue to make those people cause destruction and hurt in your life until you have the courage to walk away. If you don't want to be alone, God going to force you to be alone. Because if God's telling you, I need you to just be by yourself, just you and I for a season, and you don't want to listen and people don't want to listen, God gonna be like, okay, since you want to be hard-headed, I'm gonna make this happen. And that's what happens. We don't learn sometimes we learn the hard way. And now this person that's coming in, it's new love. So I'm getting a couple different for this. For some people specifically, it's going to be a completely new person. But what I'm really feeling deep down is that a lot of you, this new love is whatever person that's coming here to apologize to you, this person that you've already met them, you guys have been in this separation, you guys have been dealing with this whole thing. This new love is them being in a new energy. A fresh new energy. Thank you. Perfect. Old person, new energy. They're not the person that left you. They're not that same person anymore. They're a totally different person. It's like they have to reintroduce themselves to you. You have to reintroduce yourselves to them. You guys are totally different people now. Totally different people. You are not who you were a year ago. You're not who you were 2 years ago, and you sure are not the same person that you were when you guys left and separated from the first time. So what's happening here is that this person is in a brand new energy, a fresh energy, an energy that matches yours. And now at this point, it's going to be kind of like, is this a totally new person? Like, hold on, where you come from? Yeah, because they in a totally new energy, because they've been working on themselves. So and this is what I was thinking about yesterday. It came to me. It's like, forgive your person for what they were in the past and how they were in the past, because they are no longer that person. Stop holding on to who they used to be. They are no longer that person. Okay. So what's happening here is that in the past, this person was very reserved. They were pretty much holding themselves back. They weren't speaking their truth to you. They had ample opportunities to come towards you and speak their truth, but they kept running from it. And that's where they were having throat chakra blockages. You know, they may have had a sore throat. They may have had a cough. They may have had a little tick in their throat. They may have having to keep clearing. If you keep clearing your throat a lot, or you've got a cough, your throat chakra is blocked. And it may either be your throat chakra that's blocked, or this person that you're dealing with, their throat chakra is blocked, and you're feeling their energy because you guys are connected, because this is the other half of your soul in another body. I'm talking specifically twin flames with this situation. But yeah, their throat chakra was blocked because they were not speaking their truth to you. So what happens here is now, because they were so reserved and they were holding themselves back, that's why it's kind of like they were probably in this little position. Like they probably may have just been sitting on the floor, sitting in their bed, their arms on their knees, head buried in their arms, because they just sitting here stressed out thinking, what can I do? What am I supposed to do with all of this pain? Baby, go talk to them. It's like all this talking that you're doing to everybody else. Why are you afraid to talk to them? Why are you so afraid? I'm telling you, baby, this is how you know somebody really love you, if they be afraid. If they are afraid of you, And I'm not saying like they fear you or like that you're that, but it's kind of like more so like afraid of you. Like they're kind of like intimidated by you because you're so strong, because you're so solid in who you are, that they're kind of like, I don't know how you're gonna react. But because they want, it's like they want to impress you so much, they want to be so right, they want to do so right by you, that they're like afraid of messing up, because they're afraid if they mess up, they're gonna mess up with you, and they don't want to mess up with you. So it's kind of like, this is why they so stressed. That's why they were so stressed out. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. And they was so stressed out. They was so reserved. They was holding themselves back, that they didn't even realize that they were hindering their own growth process by being so reserved. They were hindering their own healing. So next you have, but now what's happening is this person is ready to take a risk. They are ready to risk it all for you. They're ready to take a leap of faith. It's like, you see this person, if this was like in regular tarot, this would be like the Fool card. This is what I feel is like the Fool card. Taking that leap of faith, taking that risk. You know what I'm saying? They're taking that risk. They're taking that leap towards you. Because at this point, they realize, like, listen, I'm going to just take this leap. I'm going to just go ahead and do this, because if I jump, God will catch me. It's like, reach for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land in the stars. Because they think what's out there is so much better than what's back there. What's out there for me is probably so much better than what's been back here. Because what's been back here has been the same old thing. It's been the same cycle, the same repetitive cycle, that same hamster wheel. And they're tired of that. They're tired of doing it with the same old things, with the same old situations. They want something new. They want something different. So now they're getting ready here to take a leap of faith towards you. Take this risk. Take this risk. And it's taken them a lot of courage to do this. And that's where they're strategically planning everything, so that they know that when they take this risk, that they know that they have something to fall back on. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, so if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can go over to the link in my bio, because there's more people that's in here. If you want to book a personal reading with me, then go over to the link in my bio, and you can book that way. Okay? And also, let me say this. How do you do this? Oh, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Okay, hold on. So I'm just taking a quick little breather real quick. So what I'm going to do is, if you would like to donate, if this message has resonating with you, if this message has spoken to you in some type of way, if you want to donate to my Cashapp, I would greatly appreciate it. Go ahead. Anything counts. Something is better than nothing. So there we go. I need my water. Y'all hold on real quick. I'm finna go grab my water, okay? Okay. Look at that glow. Okay, I need my water. Hold on. The way this, okay, bro, hold on. Person that I had to screenshot that, because the way that sun was just hitting and glistening. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull some I'm not done. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards real quick, okay? So I'm pulling this from my Divine Feminine Oracle deck. So I'm going to pull some Oracle Angel cards, some Oracle messages. So yes, These are collective messages. I thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all so much for joining me on this reading. Yes, so those of you that are just joining, we're doing a collective message here. Collective. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you absolutely can. Just go over to my bio and the link in my bio, and then on my website, you'll find my booking. You can book a reading with me. And also I dropped my Cashapp in there. My Cashapp is $queenstp. $queenstp. If you would like to donate to my Cashapp, if this message has been resonating with you, would greatly appreciate it. Okay, I guess you wanted to come out first. Okay. Okay. The mystic of peace. When my mind is clear, I am clear. So this is telling you to clear your mind. To clear your mind and to renew your mind. Pray to God and ask God to renew your mind. And also, okay. So basically, your angels are telling you that you need to take time to take a break. Take a break from things. Take a break from your work. Take a break from social media. Take a break from everything else. And just allow time to just sit in silence, sit in solitude. So that way you can clear your mind. Sitting in solitude, sitting in meditation. Because if you're sitting in silence, you're in an open meditation. So if you do that, you're clearing your mind. At that point, when your mind is clear and the veil is pulled from over you, you now have clearer thoughts. Now at this point, going forward, you know the next steps to take. Now that you have clarity, you know the next things to do. So what your angels are telling you is there's some clarity that they are trying to bring to you, but your mind is clouded with so much noise, so much naysayers, so much distractions that they want you to stop distracting yourself and just spend time in their presence, spend time with them. You are never truly alone. You are always with your angels. They're always present with you. Spend some time with them so that they can give you that clarity. If you feel like you want to move forward, but you don't really know where to go, you're kind of like, should I go this way? Should I go that way? Should I go this way? You got to get your mind clear. When your mind is clear, the way is clear. Next. Okay. Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. You are an infinite light being. Your light is limitless. Your energy is limitless. Know that about yourself. Your energy and light is limitless because you are a light being. You are light. You are unlimited. So know that everything that you need already exists within you. You don't have to go look outside of yourself for that. You don't have to look outside of yourself for nurture and care and validation and acceptance. All of that is within you. And whoever I'm speaking to, if you are a type of person where you have to go outside of yourself to, make decisions, or should I do this? Or you ask people for advice, you ask people for wisdom. You don't have to go to nobody else. Go to yourself because you know yourself. Know thyself. You know what you need. You know what your soul needs. So stop going to other people because they don't know what's going on inside your body. They don't know what's going on inside your soul. They don't know what it's like to be in your shoes. Only you do. And when you go to other people, who am I talking to? When you go to other people and ask them for advice on things and decisions for your own life, sometimes they can tell you something that they think makes logical sense, but what they are telling you is not what truly you need to hear or truly what you want, but it's what they think. It's what they think. So sometimes those thoughts and those advice from other people can lead you astray if you listen to them. And sometimes you can go to somebody else and then they give you some advice and it's completely like, that's not even what I was thinking. That's contradicting my own intuition. Stop going to other people and go to yourself. You are your own teacher. You are your own mentor. You are your current self and your higher self at the same time. Your higher self has all of the answers. It's guiding you. So stop going to other people and go to yourself, because your higher self is going to tell you exactly what you need to know. It's telling you to trust yourself. It's telling you to trust in your angels. And it's telling you to trust in yourself. See, it's so sad, because a lot of times people can make decisions that they don't even want to make because they listen to somebody else. Don't do that. Don't, like, if you listen to somebody else and you change your mind and you're doing something that you don't even want to do because someone told you so, that right there is self-sabotage. Don't self-sabotage. Don't sabotage your own self because you listening to somebody else. Don't sabotage yourself because you listening to somebody else. And listen to yourself. I love being like, I swear, it's like when you a writer, I swear, like writer, artist, whatever the case is, you kind of be very poetic. I'm like, I do that all the time. I'll just naturally just rhyme things together, and I'll be like, hey, look at that. That's like what rappers or singers do. Like they probably just be talking and all of a sudden stuff will rhyme, and they say, hey, you know what? I can put that in a song. Like, right, I bet you Michael Jackson, he will be sitting there, he'll just be talking to his family. Yes, you know, we wanted to do all of this kind of stuff, and I love that, and and he'll say something, and then he'll probably put like a lyric together, and all of a sudden he created a song. Like, talented. I kind of made fun of Michael Jackson's voice, but I mean, like, I love him, so. Next, we have Dakini, the enlightened feminine. What was I just saying? Trust yourself. Yes. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. You probably can't read it because the letters are small, but pretty much what this is saying is that your intuition is going to tell you everything that you need to know. Your gut instinct, your intuition is going to tell you what you need to know. So instead of you going to other people, listen to yourself, right? Because you are enlightened now. You are enlightened. An enlightened feminine does not need to go to other people, does not need to, listen, hold on. An enlightened feminine does not go to an unawakened feminine and asks them advice for what they do. Okay. You are an enlightened feminine. Okay. So do not go to an unawakened feminine or masculine, or maybe feminine because you're a girl and you're a woman and you want to go to other women. Don't go to an unawakened feminine and ask them for advice when they are not even, their third eye is not even open. So how they going to tell you something? They going to look, because they look it through their two worldly eyes. You see things through your spiritual eye. You cannot go to somebody. If you seeing things through your spiritual eye, boom, hammer on a nail, target. So if you see things through your spiritual eye, don't go to people that see the world through their earthly eyes. You are an enlightened feminine, an awakened feminine. So if you're going to go to anybody else for advice outside of yourself, go to another awakened feminine. Go to another enlightened feminine. Okay? If you do it that way, then at that point, you probably going to have somebody that's going to be led by their own intuition. You ever have a conversation with a spiritual person and they just be preaching to you and you just, bro, how did you know I felt that? It's like, it just gives you so much life because they're enlightened. They're awakened themselves. But you ever had a conversation with somebody that wasn't awakened and they were asleep? And then you kind of thinking like, why did I even come to you in the first place? Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, you can't go to your mama or your sister or your best friend because they ain't awakened like you. Okay. Next. What else we got? Okay. I'm going to do these last 4. Ooh. Okay, I think these are going to be the last ones I'm going to take, okay? The goddess of sanctuary. You are your own sanctuary. You are your sanctuary. You are your sanctuary. Your sanctuary is within you. Your church is within you. You are everything for yourself. You are your own home. You are everything for yourself, right? So know that. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. This is saying, once again, you don't have to go to any type of external places to receive what you need, because everything you need is already within you. So I don't want to mix these oracle cards up with the tarot cards. Next, you got Lady of the Lotus Born. Embodiment is deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. So whenever I see this card, this is telling me that you have to do some movement. You have to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, move your root chakra. Like, listen, dancing, moving with your hips, like swing, or like, you know, the Africans, they do this thing called whining, where like whining is you kind of like go shoulder apart and you kind of go like this. That's a whine. Okay, that's a whine. Like, that's a whine. Anyway, moving your body, that's helping your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra. Those are our feminine chakras. Feminine chakras are from like the root up to the heart chakra. Feminine. Because I mean, think about it. The sacral and the solar plexus chakra is right there, like within that womb area, right? And then that root chakra is where the baby comes out. When we women have our menstrual cycles, when we bring, okay, women, root chakra is red. What color is your blood when it comes out? It's the same color. Root chakra healing. That's why women need a menstrual cycle, because you're healing yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a way that your body regulates itself. It's a way that the body releases energy, okay? But anyway, as I was saying, as you're moving your body and you're dancing and you're moving that energy around, it's kind of getting that, like, you know, it's basically giving you that creative energy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, like, women, you could just practice this. I mean, y'all probably be thinking, like, you're going to be sitting. You know where I'm going with this. You already know where I'm going with this. Y'all probably be in the mirror, be thinking of different little positions that you can do, different ways to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, to practice before your man comes up in here. Sit in front of a mirror and sit there on your knees and just move your body like that. Move it like that. Move it like that. And then just practice. Just practice, because you're moving. I mean, if you can just imagine and think of yourself doing that, whatever, then yeah. So, okay, we 18 and up on here. We 18 and up. We can talk about that. Move your body. Move your body. Okay, now we have the goddess of light. You are light. You are a light being. You are an infinite light being. Once again, we are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. The light that you see in another person that you admire, that you love, is the light that also exists within you. When you know thyself, you can see yourself in other people. You are light. You are light. So what this is telling you is you want to be around more people that reflect that same light that you have within yourself. Okay, so you want to be around more like-minded individuals, more like-minded souls. You want to be around more people like that, people that are going to elevate you, people that want to, you know what I'm saying? Because if you want to be around more high vibrational beings, because at that point you're around more high vibrational beings, it's going to keep you high vibration, it's going to keep you elevated. You know what I'm saying? So be around people that reflect the same light that you have. If you're around people that have a lot of darkness, it's going to kind of start to make you feel kind of dark, and it's going to rub off on you. Be around light beings, around high vibrational beings, because at that point it's going to reflect back to you. That energy is y'all going to be bouncing that energy off of each other. Like, it's a reciprocity. It's a reciprocity. So if you're around somebody that has that light energy and you giving them their light, they're giving you light. It's just, we going back and forth. Light, 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 light. But if you're around somebody and they have a lot of darkness, it's like light, darkness, light, darkness. So you're getting darkness while you are giving them light. And is that fair to you, baby? Is that fair to you? You giving these people all of your light, and all they are giving you is darkness. That energy is latching onto you. You ever notice how you start to feel drained after being around certain people because all they gave you was darkness? If you started feeling sick, or you had a health scare, you had something crazy happen to your body or your health, or something happened to you, After you spend around a low vibrational person, whether this was a friend, whether this was a family member, if this person touched you, hugged you, or if you were physically intimate with somebody and they were very low vibration, all of a sudden your energy is drained, it's because you gave them their light and they gave you darkness. That's why you got to be around like-minded people. You got to be around light beings. It's not listen, it's not a selfish act. It's a self-care act. It's not a selfish act. It's a self-care act, because if you are around darkness, you're going to become dark. If you're around people that's down, like babies, stuff like that, it's going to kill you from the inside. You can't be around people like that. It doesn't matter how much these people want to be around you. It don't matter how much people want to talk to you and be around you. It does not matter. If they don't have that same light, they don't need to be around you. They don't deserve to be around you. I'm sorry I'm getting loud, but listen. They don't need to be around you, baby. Because all they're giving you is darkness. All they want to do is suck your energy. They don't have enough energy for themselves, and they would always come to you and get theirs, and they think they could just come to you at their beck and call. You supposed to just be there and give me your light? No, because all you're giving me is darkness. So no, you cannot. I'm sorry, but I have to reserve my light for myself for right now, and you have to do the same. You have to reserve your lights for yourself in this season. Give that light to yourself. Stop giving it to everybody else, because baby, listen, you spent too many years giving all your energy away to everybody else, to people that didn't even appreciate it, wasn't even grateful. They took advantage of it. They exploited it, and they put you down in the process, and they felt entitled to your energy. All that energy, all of that time that you done spent on them, that time you can't get that back. All of that time you spent on them, all of that energy you spent on them, and they don't even appreciate it. And they just, bro, you have every right to be selfish right now. You have every right to put yourself first, make yourself your main priority. You have every right to do that, because if you don't put yourself first, who else will? What the fuck? I am so sorry y'all saw that shit. I am so sorry. So sorry. Oh, okay. That was kind of gross. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah. Be around light beings. Seriously. The Poetess. I like this card. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. Ooh! Okay. So it's talking about you love every inch of your body. Ew, gross. Okay. You love every inch of your body. So what this is telling you is to love your body more. You know, my babies, my queens watching this, you are a queen and you deserve to be clean. So when you bathe, when you get in the shower, take your sweet time in that shower and get yourself as clean as you need to. If you got to wash up more than once, wash up more than once. If you got to take some time, do that, because you are a queen and you deserve to be clean. When your body is fresh, you feel fresh. When your body is clean, you're going to feel good. It's going to exude all this great energy. Okay? So that's one thing. Make sure that you keep yourself well-groomed. Do stuff that makes you look good, that makes you feel good, because there's definitely it increases your confidence. It definitely increases your confidence. So whatever it is that you want to add to your appearance to make you feel good and make you look good, do that, because you deserve to look good. You deserve to look good and feel good, right? Do that for yourself. Also, the clothing that you wear clothing that looks good on you. When it comes to fashion, it's about wearing the clothes that look good on your body. We all come in different shapes and sizes, okay? We all come in different shapes and sizes. Wear what looks good on your body. Wear what looks good on your body. That's fashion. Wear colors that accent your skin. Wear colors that accent your complexion, okay? Listen, I'm a melanin black woman, okay? But listen, I am very, very bright. Very, very bright, okay? It's wintertime, so I lost my tan. I've lost my tan lines and everything. This is my natural complexion. I'm actually this yellow, okay? If I compare myself to like a color or like a food, you know, it's like, you know, you think of like olive oil. Sometimes like they say olive skin, but to be honest, like olive is a little bit darker than my complexion. I compare it to butter because, you know what I'm saying? I get my complexion from my great grandmother. She was this bright, right? So listen, So what I do is I tend to wear like brighter colors because it'll accent that. You know what I'm saying? So wear things that accent your skin complexion. Wear things that accent your body. Do things that make your body look good and feel good, because it's going to exude so much confidence, right? Because I'm telling you, colors give us energy. Colors give us energy. You wearing green, that's heart chakra. You wearing blue, that's third eye chakra. You wearing orange, that's your solar plexus chakra. You wearing yellow, that's your sacral chakra. You wearing red, that's your root chakra. You know, my favorite color is pink. I love wearing pink because pink is like, you know, pink is a very feminine, very pure color. It's femininity and it's purity. That's why I love that. I love the color pink. Wear stuff that makes you look good. When your body look good, feels good, and it's clean and everything, it brightens up your aura. It makes your energy so much better. Listen, I'm telling you, you ever have those moments where you can we have moments at times when we kind of get a little down, we get a little depressed, we kind of have like a low day, and we may not actually get up and go shower that day. We may kind of just sit in our pajamas all day, and it's kind of like with that filth, that energy kind of sitting on you, it can lower your vibration a little bit, and it can make you feel a little bit down. That's why sometimes you need to just get up and just take a shower. You ever realize, like, if you ever get depressed, like, I guess sometimes people get depressed and they don't want to get up and take a shower because they don't have the energy to, but if you actually clean yourself and take a shower, it's going to change your energy, I'm telling you. So basically, it's a saying to put more care. As a woman, we got to put more care into our hygiene. We have to put more effort into our hygiene. We really do, because it makes us just feel so much like feminine women, right? Exactly. And then the last one, it says, and I love the women in my life fiercely. Let's say something. You know, out of all of these times, of all of these men on these podcasts, these self-proclaimed alpha males want to say all this stuff to us. You know, listen, it's like, dudes, if y'all want to date men, just say that. But don't sit up here and try to downplay all of these women just because you are insecure and inadequate about yourself. Anyway, it's about time for women. Like, what I love about women is women are sticking together now. Women are uplifting each other now. We really are uplifting each other. So what we can do is, if a lot of us women are single right now in this season, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, make Valentine's Day you dating if you're single, date yourself a Valentine's Day. Take yourself out on a date. Make your spruce yourself up, baby. Get yourself like some cute clothes. Wear your most favorite outfit in your closet. Whatever's gonna make you feel pretty and feel beautiful. Do that. Groom yourself. Take yourself out on a date. And I also will say this. I challenge you for this Valentine's Day to spread that love to the women in your life. You know, the women in your life that really, really help you. No, if this is like your mother, if you have a great relationship with your mother, with your sister, with like, if it's like an aunt or like a grandparent or like a mentor or like a cousin, or, you know, friendships. If it's anybody in your life, mentor, I don't know if I said that. If it's any women in your life that have helped you, that have healed you, that have given you love, that have given you comfort, that have given you nurture, that have been there for you in your time of need, that have helped you in any type of way. If any woman has impacted your life in a positive way, I challenge you to do something nice for them this Valentine's Day. Baby, even if it's something as you going to Walmart and getting like go to Walmart and get yourself maybe like a dozen roses, and then give one rose each to a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you get yourself a dozen roses and you use half of that. Like, you give it to 6 women in your life. You have the rest of the 6 for you, baby. I'm telling you. I mean, listen, women love flowers. Women, we love flowers. So if we can give this energy to the other women in our life this Valentine's Day, that woman empowerment, it's going to exude so much positive energy. It's going to exude so much feminine energy. It's going to really have a wave of divine feminine love out into the world. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us being so sad and all down and depressed because we don't have a man and anything, it's like, no, women, we run this world. Who run the world? What did Beyonce say? Who run the world? Exactly. So, give love to women this year. Give love to women, because when women can make other women feel loved, it's like, that's just so amazing. That's so wonderful. Sisterhood is a beautiful thing. Sisterhood is an amazing thing. I really challenge you to do something nice for women in your life this year. Let me tell you something. I got this from Walmart. I'm going to show y'all. I got this from Walmart. So I have two aunts that pretty much raised me, right? And I saw this in Walmart. This is for one aunt, this teddy bear, and this is for another aunt, this little husky. So when I saw this husky, she used to have a dog. She used to have a husky dog, but sadly the dog, you know, her dog passed away several years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to get into, I don't want to be all dark because of why her dog passed away. But, you know, her dog name was Valentino. Look just like this. Just like this, bro. So when I was in Walmart and I saw this, I was like, that looks like Valentino. I'm going to get this for her. I instantly thought of her when I got this. So I got this, and on Valentine's Day, I'm finna go on over to her house. I'm finna get this to her. And then I'm going to give this to her sister. You know? So, because those are the women that raised me. That's me giving back to the women in my life. This is a prime example. You know what I'm saying? And imagine what that's going to do for them. Imagine how that's going to make them feel. Imagine how wonderful that's going to make them feel. Because I know that my two aunts, they were married, but they're not married anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're single women, but they're still happy, wonderful, amazing, successful, strong women. I wouldn't be the woman I am today without them because these women raised me. So now this is me giving back to them. And if we can do the same thing, I encourage you to do the same thing for the women in your life. I really, really do. Because, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's like when you do nice things for others, it raises your vibration. You know, acts of service is a love language. And when you can give to other people and you can give it with pure intention, because it's like, I'm going to just give you this love because thank you for impacting my life. Here it is. I'm going to love you today. That's going to make any woman smile. It's going to update her mood. And like that energy that you gave to her, she's going to be filled with so much good energy. So she's going to start giving that energy to other people. And then that energy is going to just give to other people. It's going to be a ripple effect. You see, if we start loving each other more, it's going to be a ripple effect of love in this world. But for too long, we've been hating each other. And when people hate each other, they're mean and they're nasty. And all of a sudden, all of this negativity is just being like a domino effect. Instead of it being a domino effect of hatred, let's make it be a domino effect of love. Instead of it being a domino effect of hatred, let it be a domino effect of love. Okay? I'm going to drop my Cashapp in here one more time as I wrap up. So yes, thank you very much. If you would like to donate, if this message has spoken to you, if this message has resonated with you, and you would like to donate to my Cashapp, I greatly appreciate you. And this is what I say when I hop on, like when I do like sermons or have channel messages and I have words and I come on live, I say this. To every person that donates to my Cashapp, I say a personal prayer for you. A personal prayer just for you. And I allow God to speak through me to pray for whatever it is that you need to pray for. So there are some people where I will pray for them and God speaks through me and just leaves that prayer. But also what you can do is if you have specific things that you want to be prayed for, then in the subject line, when you send the Cashapp, you can put that in the subject line and I can pray for you that way too. But yes, so that's what I do. That's what I do. So if you donate, thank you so much in advance. And then what I'll do is, you know how on Cashapp, how someone replies. So when I reply with that heart, that means that I just got done praying for you. Okay. So yes. Now you don't have to give, you don't have to donate if you don't want to. That's fine. It's just only if you have been led, only if spirit is leading you. If you led on your spirit to give, by all means give. Okay. But anyway, as I wrap up, if you want to book a personal reading with me, go over to the link in my bio, terriannbelle.com, on my booking site, and then book there under book online. Okay. If you don't know, I do have a YouTube channel. I'm more on YouTube now. So it's the same name, Terriann Belle. I would suggest please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So thank you very much. And also, that's it. I just wish y'all so much peace and prosperity, productivity, and just love, abundance, and joy. I pray that God fills you with his Holy Spirit. I just pray that God covers you with the blood of his son, Jesus. I just pray that God is just filling you with so much peace, so much love. I just pray for the presence of God to enter your hearts right now in this very moment. I pray that God renews your spirit. I pray that God renews your mind, Lord God. I thank you so much, Lord God, for everybody that is under the sound of my voice that is watching this live right now. I thank you so much for you. I thank you so much for every single one of you that has taking the time to sit here and watch this. And I thank you so much for the clarity that you have given. I thank you so much, Spirit, that you have spoken through me and used me as your willing vessel. Continue to use me as your willing vessel to speak to your children. I pray over them right now under the sound of my voice that they have peace, love, and prosperity. I pray, Lord God, that you enter into their spirit, enter into their heart, Lord God. I pray, Lord God, that they have an amazing rest of their weekend. I pray, Lord God, that as under the sound of my voice that they have peace, love, and prosperity. I pray, Lord God, that you enter into their spirit, enter into their heart, Lord God. I pray, Lord God, that they have an amazing rest of their weekend. I pray, Lord God, that as they listen to this video, I pray that they have an amazing week, an amazing day for whenever they hear this message. I thank you so much, Lord God. I thank you so much, Lord God. I thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you underneath the sound of my voice, sending you healing, sending you love, sending you light. In your name I do pray. In the son of your son, Jesus, I pray. Amen, 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 amen. I always got to pray us out. I always got to pray us out. I always got to pray us out. All right. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much.